There are many different types of micronations all around the world, with their various cultures, identities, and histories. I've been running Paladonia for about 3 years, and I've been noticing some different trends in the micronational community, and I'd say that there are a few different types of micronations. And so, in this video, we'll be running through the different types of micronations, how they're governed, what they do, and the impact they have on the wider community. These are basically the types of nations that are founded, usually in people's bedrooms, and then they last for about a week or two before they realize that making a country is actually a bit harder than you think, even when it's just a micronation. So, they get dissolved. I call them, well, of course, bedroom nations because they usually are occurring in people's bedrooms. Sometimes this can be declaring their town independent, their house independent, or their state-province independent. These are of course the most common micronations, and they're usually just made as a joke, or made with serious intentions, but later they figure out that micronationalism is harder than you expect. Not a lot of good visuals I can put on screen for this one either, but basically these are nations that are founded but don't actually control any territory, or do anything on the territory that they claim. Usually these nations just hold Discord servers, Twitter accounts, and maybe YouTube channels, and that is all. These nations also tend to change their name quite a bit. Usually these nations also have not a lot of involvement from the people that run them, or their online accounts are just ran as personal accounts, masking as a micronational government account. This trend, however, has kinda become tiring, and because of the easiness of creating a virtual micronation, there's probably thousands, maybe even over 1,000,000 of them online. It's crazy. So yeah, this genre has kinda become oversaturated in the last few years. This nation is what Paladonia is. These are nations that claim territory but don't actually have a lot of control over the certain land that they talk about. Sometimes they do have a little bit of control, but not a lot. For example, with Paladonia, we regularly visit all of our claimed territories except for Changxi, and we have planted flags on all of our claimed territories. However, many micronations in the previous category claim land but have never actually been there. An example of this would be the Dominion of Vancouver Island, a nation that is set on the island of Vancouver Island, and although its rulers do live on there and it has multiple state institutions, it of course does not assert full control over this area. This can also just be people who declare their house an independent nation. They do actually have some control over the land that they claim, but it's not like they're fully in control with it. They still have to abide by the laws of whatever parent country they live under. These are micronations that control almost all of the land that they claim because they either own the land from the macronation or other nation that they bought it from, or simply just because they founded it in an area that's completely lawless. Some good examples of this are Slowjamistan, Sealand, Saborga, and Molossia. These are the nations that get all the attention, all the media coverage, and the ones that everyone uses as an example when you're gonna start a micronation. Speaking of starting your own micronation, there are many things I've noticed I wish I had knew when I was starting Paladonia that I now know, and soon I will be making a video on those things, so look out for that. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one, coming out soon.